Hi Aquarius, this is Tisch Aitken, and this is your monthly report for the month of October. Such a different tone to this month as opposed to the month of September. In September, all of the outer planets were retrograde, which can feel very held back and very reflective. At the end of the month, Mercury, which is a personal planet, stationed retrograde on September 27th at 25 degrees of the cardinal air sign of Libra, which is a sign of relationships and partnerships. And Mercury will be retrograde until October 18th, and it will be in Libra until November 6th. And for you, it's retrograding in your house of belief systems, hope, manifesting, as well as teaching, promotion, and publicity. And it's an excellent opportunity to reassess how you can promote your business, if you're looking for a job, how you promote yourself. If you're taking classes, a very good time to do so with Saturn in your sign. Saturn's transiting in Aquarius until March 7th of 2023, and this is a time where you're planning for the future with your action. The more you work with Saturn, the more it'll reward you, and you really want to focus on that. And it rules your sign in ancient astrology. You have Jupiter, the grand benefic, in your sign until December 29th. That maximizes good fortune. You want to maximize that good fortune and that good luck. So with that said, 4 planets stationed direct in October. Huge deal because it enables all of us to move ahead and launch our goals. So as we begin October, the Sun, Mars, and Mercury are all transiting in Libra in your house of hope, belief systems, teaching, and learning. And a lot of focus on promotion. Maybe you're taking classes and definitely reassessing how you manifest hope. On October 1st, Neptune, which is the planet of dreams and spirituality, forms what's known as a quintile to the north node of destiny. And for you, this could bring opportunities to promote yourself, karmic and fated encounters. It could be quite interesting. Though on that day there is combative energy, be aware of that. Mars, which is the god of war, forms an opposition to Chiron, the wounded healer, at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And for you, that could bring conflict or arguments. And at 10:26 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Mercury squares Pluto, and that could definitely bring conflict and challenges. Pluto is transiting in your house of endings and spirituality, so maybe it's a good effort with this energy to eliminate things you need to purge so you can manifest and tap into hope again, because we are in a very difficult time in history. On October 2nd, there's more harmonious energy. Venus, which is the planet of love and beauty, forms a beautiful sextile, which is an aspect of opportunity, to Pluto, the planet of transformation. And this is good for you professionally. It could bring good financial opportunities. And on October 3rd, the Sun opposes Chiron, the wounded healer, and brings more light to the wounds that need to be healed, but hopefully through your thoughts and restructuring your thinking and all of that would be helpful, but not easy. So just being aware. On October 6th, there is a new moon that occurs at 7:05 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 13 degrees and 25 minutes of the cardinal air sign of Libra. And this new moon falls in your house of hope. And it is an excellent new moon for setting intentions and doing manifesting work, however that is for you. There are so many ways to manifest. Do the law of abundance, write down your intentions. Excellent time to manifest hope. But it's a very intense day because Pluto, which is the planet of death and renewal, and as well as power and transformation, stations direct at 2:29 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 24 degrees and 19 minutes of the cardinal earth sign of Capricorn. And we feel that 5 days before and 5 days after. And that week, likely there will be major endings. Pluto is in your house of endings, but a new moon is always a time of new beginnings, and it's in your house of optimism and hope. Don't lose hope. On October 7th, Venus changes signs and enters the mutable fire sign of Sagittarius, where it will be until November 5th. And it'll be transiting in your house of friends and groups and networking. It could bring good social opportunities. If you're single, it's great for meeting people. Excellent for networking professionally, hanging out with friends, good social energy for you. And Venus is far more lighthearted in Sagittarius than in Scorpio. On October 8th, the Sun and Mars meet up at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time in your house of manifesting and promotion. Good time to really put your efforts to promote yourself. And Aquarius rules technology and social media, among other things, upping your game in those areas, because with 4 planets stationing direct, you really want to make the best and the most of the rest of this year. And let's see. And then on October 9th, the Sun and Mercury meet up at 12:18 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Good for learning, getting organized. Later that day, Mars and Mercury meet up at 6:48 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That can be combative, but excellent for getting a lot of hard work done. So if you're taking classes, really delving into your studies. And then let's see, on October 10th, big deal. Saturn stations direct at 10:17 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time in your sign, 6 degrees and 56 minutes of Aquarius. We feel that 5 days before and 5 days after. It feel a bit pressured or restrictive initially, but it's also really great for all of us for moving ahead, particularly for you, because this is a huge time in your life. Cycles are big. There are ones that we can really compare, because hopefully we live for our second Saturn return and even our third, because Saturn takes approximately 28.5 to 30 years to transit. So we can gauge our progress, and things can come up that we dealt with in the last Saturn return in a different expression. So now you've got Saturn Direct, and that's the planet of karma and responsibility and accountability. Be accountable for what you want to achieve, and this is really good news. On October 13th, Venus forms a helpful sextile to Saturn. Great for you for socializing and meeting people and networking professionally in a very solid manner. On October 15th at 7:46 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the Sun forms a beautiful trine to Jupiter, the grand benefic, and Jupiter is transiting in your sign. This could bring excellent opportunities for manifesting and financially, socially, just really lucky energy. On October 16th, there's very romantic energy and loving energy. Venus forms a beautiful trine to Chiron, the wounded healer, at 2:49 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and that's helpful for healing wounds around love. And then Venus forms a sextile to Mercury, the planet of communication, at 9:24 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Very romantic, good for dates, good for having fun, very creative energy. And then on October 20th, there's a full moon that takes place at 10:57 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 27 degrees and 26 minutes of the cardinal fire sign of Aries. And that's a very fiery moon because it's ruled by Mars. It's falling in your house of, let's see here, where is it falling for you? It's falling in your house of communication and thoughts and ideas. And I think the idea is that you want to be wary that there could be fiery communication, but it could bring completion to things you've been working on, maybe with school or with classes. And it also speaks back to when Mars retrograded last September. On September 9th, it retrograded at 28 degrees of Aries, and it stationed direct in November at 15 degrees of Aries. What were you working with then? Mars was in Aries for 6 months. So it speaks back to that time, brings completion, but people could be fiery in that on the 20th. On the 21st, Mars squares Pluto at 9:20 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and on October 22nd rather, at 12:20 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That is definitely belligerent, combative energy, and people could be looking for a fight. Use that energy to do a detox, to cleanse, to get rid of toxic energy. On October 23rd, the sun enters the fixed water sign of Scorpio at 12:51 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It'll be transiting in your house of career until November 21st, and this is really good energy for, the sun shines wherever it's transiting for your professional matters, so that's positive. And then on October 26th, let's see, Venus squares Neptune at 9:06 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That could be confusing. It could conceivably be deception with relationships or financially. It's great manifesting energy and very creative because Neptune is the higher octave of Venus, but it's just a little bit confusing type of energy, just being aware of that. And then on October 28th, Venus and Jupiter, which are the two benefics, the two luckiest planets of the zodiac, form a harmonious aspect, a sextile, at 3:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and that's really nice energy for having fun and socializing. And Jupiter's in your sign. It's now direct. Whatever you want it to be, really nice energy. Romantic, financial, social. And October 30th, the sun squares Pluto at 5:53 a.m. It squares Saturn in your sign at 5:53 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That could bring restrictions. It could be challenges professionally, conceivably, but it also just can feel, there could be delays. But on later that day, Mars enters Scorpio, where it will be until December 13th in your house of career and life goals. And that's a big deal for getting things accomplished. Mars is exalted in that house, and it's excellent for getting things done. It's fearless and persistent. And on October 31st, Venus and Jupiter are in harmony. They form a sextile at 9:15 p.m. Pacific, at 9:18 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and on November 1st at 12:18 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Mercury trine Jupiter, loving, fun, social energy. So this is excellent. I wish you a lot of luck, Aquarius, a lot to go through. It's still retrograde energy while I'm doing this, but I'm so excited because 4 planets are stationing direct, giving us clarity, and you are in the spotlight. Lead us, and thank you.